Hello, I'm Lauren Satterwhite with the NC Medicaid EHR Incentive Program. We start validating your attestation as soon as you send in your attestation and the corresponding documentation. You have 15 days to send us the required documentation after submitting your attestation on NC MIPS. As a refresher, you need to email us the signed attestation summary, the MU objective summary page, the CQM summary page, and a CQM report directly from your EHR demonstrating that you met the CQMs for which you attested. If you don't know how to run that report, please contact your EHR vendor. Your attestation will then go through a series of validation checks. We're making sure that the information submitted on NC MIPS matches the information that's on file with Medicaid and that there's no reason that we can't issue payment. For attestations submitted by March 31st, 2018, 30 days before the end of our tail period, we'll review your attestation and we'll conduct outreach if there are issues. Our outreach email is sent to the contact person listed in NC MIPS, so make sure that that email is checked often. Our email tells the contact person what's wrong with the attestation and gives information to correct the problem. We'll give you 15 days to address the issue. If the problem isn't fixed within 15 days, we'll send you a final notice giving you 5 additional days. If the discrepancy still isn't resolved, the attestation will be denied. Again, we can only conduct outreach as time allows, so if you attest after March 31st, there's no guarantee that we'll have the time necessary to conduct outreach. So we suggest you attest early so there's lots of time to address any attestation discrepancies before the end of the tail period. If you're denied, though, don't fear, you're not penalized. By that I mean, let's say you're attesting for program year 2017 and it's your second payment. Then you get denied. Well, if the tail period hasn't ended, you can reattest for program year 2017 and have the opportunity to still receive your second payment. Keep in mind, you need to successfully attest for a total of 6 years in order to earn the full incentive payment of $63,750. And accuracy counts. The information submitted in NC MIPS must be valid and accurate by the end of the tail period. So on April 30th, 2018, if the information submitted is not valid, we won't be able to make that attestation eligible for payment. We have to validate what's submitted in NC MIPS. So if you have a typo, we go by what you submit in the system. So double check the information that you've entered because we won't be accepting memos in lieu of valid information. Submit early, which will allow us all time to find and correct any issues. Be the early bird. If the attestation passes all validation checks, we'll make the attestation eligible for payment. We work with tracks and issue payment via EFT when possible, and we assign payment to the designated NPI that was assigned on CMS's registration and attestation system. From the date we receive your signed attestation, it can take up to 20 weeks until the EP receives the payment, especially if the attestation was submitted during our peak times in March and April. As a general rule of thumb, keep all your attestation documentation for at least 6 years in case of post-payment audit. This includes system-generated reports, screenshots, patient-level details, patient logs, anything that was used during your attestation. You need to be able to prove that the information submitted in NC MIPS is true, accurate, and complete. And before you attest next year, update any demographic information on CMS's RNA system. This includes site address changes to the payee, changes to the EHR certification number, etc. And finally, if between attestations you update your NCID username, use the NC MIPS NCID username update tool so you can log on to NC MIPS using your current, valid, and working NCID username and password. Thanks for tuning in today, and please let us know if you have any questions. Our email address is ncmedicaid.hit@dhhs.nc.gov.